Graham Falcons hosting the Urbana Hill Climbers. Here come the Climbers onto the field. Teams heading out of their locker rooms, and shortly we'll be having our opening kickoff of this homecoming game for the Graham Falcons.
Looks like a pretty good night for some football. A little bit of drizzle earlier as we await them to come on out on this homecoming night.
Yeah, we're waiting for the Falcons, and here they come. They'll be coming down. They'll be running through the gauntlet, and these fans ought to be going nuts here. And you can see
the rain coming down.
Yeah, it's coming down pretty good. I'm dry, but it's all right. Here we go. Yeah,
homecoming 2018,
and here come the Graham Falcons. Fans standing up and welcoming their football team out onto the field, and we are just about ready to go. But right now, we got to check the officials tonight. Brought to you by the Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons. And who will be the men in stripes tonight, Gary?
Right there in the white hat, that's the guy you want to keep an eye out. That's Bob Hess. Linesman's Darrell Wacker. Line judge is Lee Hasselbeck. Umpire is John Berger. And the back judge is Jim Pitzer.
Eyes on the Officials has been brought to you by the Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons, where seeing is believing. We've got some good sounds out of the band tonight. This is the I call it the Legends Marching Band, and then the regular marching band for this season.
Yeah, they didn't leave out anything.
No, they didn't.
They kind of pushed back that national anthem towards just before game time, but this is a good band here.
And this is just a great atmosphere, because both sides of the field pretty well covered up with fans. And the officials down there in the center of the field at the 50-yard line. And we are just about ready to go as the Falcons head out. And they are going to receive the opening kickoff, Gary.
Yeah, and this is, if you think about it, Lee, this is 19 years we've been in doing this business. And it all started right here from this press box. The very first day, it was bolted to its frame.
Yes.
And it was this game, the crosstown rivalry between Urbana and Graham Falcons. Boy, and these people know each other. The teams, the kids, everybody. This is a big deal tonight, especially because it's homecoming for number one.
And I like it. The athletic director at the time, Mike Lidlow, he saw me walking up there and he goes, "Gosh, I hope they screwed that thing on right."
Yeah. Is that thing bolted down?
Thanks, Mike.
Because the truck just left. So.
And to add insult to injury that night, it came down in buckets. An electrical storm ended up the next day finishing the ball game.
Yeah, they are getting set to. They got the game ball and saying congratulations there as we have a meeting at the center of the field, and it's going to be fun tonight.
Yeah, it is.
The field will be a little bit slippery because one of these teams likes to pass it a little bit more than the other.
And, they've got some good numbers. They've got one of the leading tacklers in the league, rusher, passing. And things are going to start coming around for both of these ball clubs. As we get ready, Urbana will be kicking off to start the ball game for tonight in this homecoming game at Graham. Kicking the ball off is Brandon Ebert. Boy, that's a nice kick. Heads down to about the 15-yard line. Ball fumbled away. Finally picked back up and coming to this near side. And may have had just the right amount of emphasis that we're going to break away, and did break away all the way out to the 47-yard line for the Graham Falcons.
Real nice return. How often do you see that happen? Bobbles the ball. Now watch him. He's going to cut back left, and then he's going to carry his defender about 5 more yards and jumping in on top of him.
I didn't see a 13.
Jumping in on top of him is 24, and he is just dragging him. And that's Brandon Ebert. Got a ride there for free here on homecoming.
I hope that's Brandon Ebert, because we got 2 24s on the roster.
He is now.
He is now. So the Falcons set up a real good field position at the 46-yard line, where it's officially spotted out into the flat, and falling down as soon as he caught it. And it was a nice catch, but just trying to come up with the football was Kevin Miller. Now, Kevin Miller, number 19, is also the punter as well. Well, he kind of shares the chores with a couple of other ball players. So the ball is actually going to be a 2-yard loss on that catch. So it's 3rd down and 12 to go for the first down. Or 2nd and 12, excuse me. Ball snap back, rolling, And looking to pass the football. Got a man open to the flat, and it is going to be incomplete as the intended receiver.
Flag on the play.
Oh, there is a flag on the play.
And a flag.
Intended receiver out there for the Graham Falcons. Looked like Cameron Van Hoos.
That's because penalty is going to be declined.
So it's going to bring up a third down. Third down and 12 yards to go from the 44-yard line. And Brady King has had some success, 1,129 yards this year and 7 TDs and only 3 interceptions for the Graham Falcon. Heading out to the top of your screen once again is Kevin Miller.
Man-to-man coverage at the top and bottom here for these receivers.
Yeah, they got trips up at
Blitz
the top
is
of your
on.
screen. Here it comes over the middle, and the ball is actually knocked away because that looked like it had some big yardage on it too, but the ball was knocked away at the line of scrimmage. And the intended receiver, Austin Gibson, look at him. He's nowhere. Can't get the ball. Going back to take this punt is Isaiah Fonseca. Isaiah will be back at about his 20-yard line. Kind of a high snap, but not a problem. Ball bounces down at the 25. Fonseca keeping
a lot of room on that
outside. Yeah, he's
outside.
got a lot of running room on the outside.
He could
Look
be
at
gone.
him. It is a foot race right now. He is gone, Gary. Down to the 20, the 10, and touchdown.
Touchdown, Urbana. Look at that, and he got the ball at the 25, huh?
25-yard line, 75-yard score, and it is 6-0 in favor of Urbana.
And that punt was coming down pretty fast, not a lot of hang time, so he caught that with and took off. And when he took off, he one guy to beat, and he outran him. You could probably feel him breathing down his throat.
Kevin Miller just couldn't catch him.
So just like that, with just under a minute and a half of this game, Urbana is starting to spoil the Graham Falcons. Here's the extra point right now.
As we await the snap from center, looking over to the near sideline, trying to figure out what the call would be. And the ball is up. It's kicked through the uprights, and it is good. So for the Urbana Hill Climbers, Aaliyah Deskins puts the big dot on the I. She came into the ball game 13 of 14 from extra points.
Here's that run down the sideline. One guy to beat, just can't keep up with him, and he outran the rain there too. On that
and then he falls in the end zone.
Yeah, he falls in there. Isaiah Fonseca.
Has a 75-yard score, and that's the way you want to start it if you're Urbana, to put take the wind out of the Falcons' sails. But it's early, very early in the ball game.
Well, Urbana has that 2-5 overall record, and the Graham Falcons have a 1-6. But the points for and points against is a big deal here for tonight for both of these teams.
We'll try to find out who number 13 is, because he's back deep again, and we don't have him at the top of the screen. Bottom of the screen is Austin Gibson as well. They both stand back at the 10-yard line, and grabbing the football there is number 24. He will be kicking off. And again, we have two 24s here on the roster. So it's either Brandon Ebert or Trevor Stewart. 7-0 right now, and we are early with 10:39 remaining. And if you tuned in late, you missed it. 75-yard score. And it is Urbana, just like that, out in front by the score of 7-0. As we await the official, there's the whistle. Here's the kick. Another great end-over-end kick. And wouldn't you know it, came down to number 13, to the 15, to the 20, looking to the 25-yard line. And, boy, I thought maybe that may be another long run as well, as it's going to be down at about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and I'm understanding that number 13 is Howard. And don't have a first name, but that's
good enough.
That's what we're going to go with tonight.
We'll call him Mr. Howard.
J.R. Howard.
Yeah. So it'll be the Falcons putting the ball in play with 10:33 remaining in this first quarter, and still Urbana's ahead 7-0 and have not been on offense, as they ran it back 75 yards. There's the snap. Here's the run right up the middle. Good running room to Van Hoos as he gets it out across the 40 to about the 41-yard line. So that's going to be a nice pickup on the play.
Here's the tackle. Watch him shoot it in there, gets him and puts him on the ground. And, we're just all over the place here with these rosters.
Yeah, we try. That's all we can do. Play clock down to 15 seconds with 10:03 remaining in this first quarter, so basically just underway. It looked like a play over the left side was going to pick up a whole lot more yardage, but Urbana closed in very, very quickly. And it's going to be a pickup of a few. Make it third down now, and about a yard to go for the first down.
Yeah, number 7's Logan Johnson there for Urbana. It was 17. I think there was some laundry done here this last week.
I think so. Or somebody had a magic marker out and changed numbers. So we're just about ready to snap the football, and then not quite sure. Yeah, there may have been some equipment problems down there with the Urbana Hill Climbers. Here comes Graham. Graham tries over the left side. It's fumbled. You know what?
Yep.
Urbana's going to take advantage of another big break here, and they are going to recover the football at about the 41-yard line.
Yeah, they are excited because watch it right here. You can see it squirt right out, and then, man, there's an opportunity. I'll just pounce on it. A real nice get down on that. The ball's slippery because it's been raining. It still is raining, and that's going to happen with those turnovers. But they've this is their second possession in the first quarter, and they scored on the first one.
The first possession was a punt return.
And now they're down here to the, 43-yard line?
About the 43-yard line. Preston Shields, the quarterback, pitches it back, trying to get the corner, and is not going to get the corner besides getting tackled by his own teammates, or by the Falcons. He also ran into his own teammate.
Yeah, coming up, watch this guy make this tackle. 31 shooting across there, Riley Fritz, and he grabs him and boom, just says, take a seat.
Nick Dorsey really hasn't had many of those. He's got 1,113 yards. Yeah, averaging about 8.7 yards a carry. Not that time. As the ball is setting at the 41, second down, 7 yards to go for the first down. Man coming in motion to the near side of the field. Quarterback rolls, looking, nowhere to go. Now he's just trying to get away. Got a man out into the flat, finds him. Oh, what a nice cut. And almost lost the football. He did lose the football.
Let's see who comes up with it here. And they're saying it's going to be a Urbana ball here, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like Dylan Johnson fell on it, the offensive lineman.
Boy, he's a big guy. Now watch it here and see. Can't find anybody, so he tries to dump it off. And this is the young man that had that punt return. He cuts back across, and boom, there he goes. I think he got hit by friendly fire, and they ends up falling on it as the big lineman, and they retain possession.
Boy, you know how hard it is to get a fumble. He fell right on that, and there it was. It's mine. Third down, about 3 yards to go. Man in motion, and it is over. Well, I think we had an illegal procedure before that even happened.
Yeah, they lucked out with that, huh?
Yeah, boy, they sure did. Otherwise, the closest player to it was a Falcon.
Yeah, they certainly lucked out on that. But you got to blow that whistle dead the minute that happens. You can't let it go.
We had that last week. We were talking about that, and they didn't call it dead. Yeah,
and that's just dangerous for the quarterback because he takes a hit on something that's not even a play.
All right, it's third down, but instead of the 3 yards, they've got 8 yards to go now for the first down, and we're talking about the Urbana Hill Climbers. Everybody pretty tight, man in motion left to right. Nice handoff straight up the middle, then veers off to the right, but still not going to get a whole lot of yards is Nick Dorsey. As I think a little bit, Gary, the weather may be slowing him up just a bit.
You bet. Coming shooting in there with that tackle is Cameron Van Hoos. We talked about him at the beginning of tonight's game.
It's like old times, isn't it?
Yeah,
Van Hoos.
Van Hoos, we were talking to some people earlier. Nick Van Hoos that we used to call up here years and years ago. We went on to play at Northwestern. And then we go way back here. This is our 19th season doing this up here in Graham. You go way back to Miles Tremp.
Yes, absolutely. Shields gets the snap. He's looking. Got a man down the sidelines. He is open. High lob pass comes down and is not going to be caught.
Well, the defender lucked out there because
he sure did.
He did not turn around. And he might have had a shot at it, too. Watch this ball. It drops in. If the defender turns around now, he might have a shot at it. He's just hoping that he doesn't catch it.
And this is my first shot. Krebaheny.
There you go. That's it.
Yeah.
Krebaheny.
Krebaheny did nice. I usually have a tough time with Taylor or Smith.
Yeah, the hard ones are the hockey names, the NHL.
Yeah, I know.
Leave that up to Patrick.
Top and bottom of the screen for the Falcons. 7-0 right now as the ball is handed off.
Nice defense.
And actually, boy, just great defense.
Logan Johnson, yep.
Yeah, Cameron Van Hoos had nowhere to go as he looked right into the eyes of the Urbana Hill Climbers.
Yeah, just shooting right through there.
That's going to be a loss. What, about 5 yards? Second down and 15.
Oh, watch him shoot this gap. Boom, he's at the top
right
of your
there.
screen and says, I got you. And then wearing number 7 is Logan Johnson, not the CBC number that he had on there at 17.
I'm confused, Gary. It is.
Roster shouldn't be that hard to print out.
No, it really isn't. Out into the flat. Nice pass.
Oh.
Guess who's got it? Number 11 for the Falcons, and that being Nate Feebles. So that's going to pick up some good yardage. It's going to go out to the 41-yard line, but it's going to bring up third down and about 7.5, 8 yards to go for the first down. First quarter action, 7-0 in favor of the Urbana Hill Climbers, who had a 75-yard punt return. Trips at the top of your screen. Looking. Stop and go. Oh, nice. And I was kind of waiting for a flag because he did stick his hand out there. And he being number 30, Isaiah Fonseca, right there it is, but never turned around.
Yeah, just hit it he just had his hand right up there, just raised it because he saw those eyes getting really, really big. And he says, okay, I put my paw up. And he goes back to receive this punt from the Falcons here. And it's 5 minutes, 52 seconds left to go in this first.
And he's probably going, please, God, let me do another one like I just did. Here's the kick. And, boy, this one is not going to get anywhere close.
Goes out at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, I think you're about right, Gary. Well, the one official has got his foot at the 33.
33, there you go.
Oh, here we go. Nick Dorsey. Right there he is, the Urbana senior running back. Nick plans to study physical therapy in college, but has not yet chosen a school. He volunteers every year with the Urbana Chili Cook-Off, Urbana Arts Festival, school supplies for the Messiah Lutheran Church for their back-to-school drive, Breast Friends Forever banquet, and that's to raise money for the breast cancer patients. Urbana Youth Football Camp and Climber Reading Program. How much time does he have?
Might as well stay in Urbana. Go to Urbana. There we go. See
look
ya.
out. We may have another one.
My goodness.
Not going to be caught. Nick Dorsey this time says, no, Preston Shields, excuse me. Preston Shields on that. And he just kind of turned around and says, I got my engines going. We're going to score.
Yeah, that's how they've racked up their rushing yardage. And this is something that you didn't really expect to see too much, but Urbana had a lot of success last week. And now they've come to play here, and it's putting a little damper here on the Graham Falcons' homecoming.
But they can score from anywhere. They had the 75-yard punt return, and then they had the, 63-yard run. So, wow. Aaliyah Deskins will be in. She started the night 13 of 14. For extra points. Here's the kick, and that one is blocked. No good. So with 5:34 remaining here in this first quarter, it is a 13-0 ball game in favor of the Urbana Hill Climbers.
Yeah, we watched Ashley warm up with her kicks, and the extra points seemed to be pretty good, but that one was just blocked.
Well, they got real good penetration, and that being the Graham Falcons, and by the time the ball was placed, so was the Graham Falcons.
13-0. 5 minutes, 34 seconds left to go. We are up here at Graham High School, just the crosstown rivalry. And it's just on the 35. And these guys have been going at it for years in the CBC and kind of have a similar game. Yesterday there was the Kenton Ridge game against Shawnee and the CBC. So right now the conference games are really coming down to an end. It's hard to believe that this is week number 8 of Friday Night Football, and It just flew by.
Like it does every year. You wait, and all of a sudden you got that first game. It's 97 degrees in the shade.
And then it dropped like a rock last night. I mean, it was,
But this is football weather.
That's
Come
right.
on.
Yeah, this is football weather. And they're wearing, even some of the players out there, as you can see, long sleeve shirts tonight.
And you know me, I barely sweat.
Yes.
So it really never bothers me. People, when I come into a press box, normally leave if it's warm. That's right.
They just don't sit in your chair. It's one of the high points.
And then they tap me on the back and go, ugh. All right, here comes the approach of the football. It's kicked, and it's going to be a low trajectory. Never did get off the ground. Picked up back at the 30, 35, 40. Whoa! Just put his head down and said, "Don't touch me." That's Zach Van Scoy.
Van Scoy. Yep, look at this. Watch. Boom.
But bam!
See ya. And I'm coming through.
And Nick Dorsey said, "Why did I do that?"
He didn't have a tackle. He just went over everybody.
Wow, that's impressive.
And that's where you get those extra yardage. If you're at the goal line, you got to go ahead and take them out and run run right through them.
Ball at the 47-yard line. 1st and 10. Great field position right now for the Falcons.
Have not yet crossed the 50.
They need to set up an offensive drive here. 3 receivers to the top of your screen. Ball snapped back, going to be handed off. And
nice
right
tackle.
at the line. Well, that was a great tackle as Cameron Van Hoos came up with the football, but it looked like some running room, and he picks up maybe a half yard?
Yeah, big guy shooting
Actually,
through
he
there.
lost.
Yeah, shooting through there was number 74, and that's Ashton Smith.
So he lost about a half a yard. 2nd down and about 10.5 yards to go for the 1st down. Wide receivers top and bottom. Looking out into the flat, too short.
I think they just need to settle down just a little bit here. I think they're a little shell-shocked with that score right now, and to get back in the game, we got an injured player on the field here for the Graham Falcons. They're going to call a timeout here.
Yeah, we'll check that out. But Gary, you were right in something too, is that they were too high with the homecoming, and that happens.
You get all pumped up for it, and then I think a little bit of the yips and the jitters, and of course it's a televised game, so you want to do the best you can.
You want to do best, yeah.
And then the rain doesn't help either coming down, and there's plenty of time in this game to get back into it. The way that Graham has the capability of playing to get back into it. You look at that record for the Graham Falcons, 0-1 in the CBC, 1-6 overall. Points for Graham, 114, and the points against, 242. That's way too many. And
I would have loved to have given you number 63's name that was down there, but have you got it on your sheet? No. Okay. Out at the top of your screen, way to the top of your screen, is Ryan Turner. Here comes the pass out into that flat. Got a man wide open.
And he dropped it.
Yeah, could not catch it. And again, that pesky drizzle, not a bad rain or anything, it's just pesky, and not being able to come up with it was Austin Gibson.
Just hit him right in the hands, and he dropped it. Pretty good coverage once again by Isaiah Fonseca.
Fonseca.
Yeah, Fonseca coming across there.
And it's going to be a punt for the Graham Falcons.
And he's back to receive.
And guess who's back? Yeah, Fonseca.
There it's going to be somewhat close to him.
That's just...
And he might pick that out. He is going to pick
it up. He is going to pick it up. Picks it up at about the 20.
That's pretty gutsy.
That's real gutsy.
28-yard line. He brings it out to... You might hear that from the coaches when he goes back over there. And just get away from it at that point.
That is more than gutsy. That's suicidal. And don't forget the Athlete of the Week. We need for you to make sure that... you go to the website, www.localtvforme.com, and you suggest a student athlete of the week, which is being brought to you by the IH Credit Union. A lot of the things you can do at the website as well. But the athlete of the week, that's the most important. As Urbana set up, looks like the wing team, man going in motion from left to right, keeping the football, and decided to take it up the middle, and that being Preston Shields, although he had a lot of running room on the outside. Would we get another fumble?
unpiling here
Unpiling
slowly.
everybody. Okay.
Pretty good defense, though, to shut
was.
down that middle. And, again, we mentioned that the defenses need some work here for the Falcons, but they need to get a big stop here and kind of end the damage here this first quarter and try to get some points themselves.
Wise words. They have to put a stop to it. Stop the bleeding as it is. 2nd down and 5. Nice 5-yard pickup. And here he goes again. Pitches it back. Nice pitch. And kind of losing his footing as he was heading out with a head of steam was Ezra Lee.
Coming on this tackle. Now watch Cameron close on this. Van Hoos, number 6, will show up right there and makes that nice tackle. Brings him down to the ground. And number 8 in there also was bumped out of the way. And number 8 is, there you go, Krebaheny. And he was kind of knocked out of the way as well as he was trying to help block, but that didn't work.
We're doing good with that name. I was a little concerned going into this. Reverse on the handoff, and there's a flag as that was thrown away from the ball carrier.
It's going to be holding. That's got to be brought back.
Yeah, it does.
Let's check it and keep our eye on the white hat out there.
As the ball made it out to about the 50, but it's being walked off. And Gary said holding, and you know what? He's absolutely right. And that was on Urbana. So it's going to move the ball back inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. First down, and a bunch to go. Man, make it 20.
Bob Hess making those calls tonight as the referee.
I used to know a Bob Hess. Of course, he'd be 97 years old now. I don't think it's the same guy. Looking, wide open at the 50. Look out. Ring it up. Yep.
46-yard touchdown pass.
All the way as the ball was the
67.
line of scrimmage, the 33-yard line.
67, man.
And guess who caught that?
Krebaheny.
Yes, Krebaheny caught that and was gone. But even so, that was even a more beautiful pass from quarterback Preston Shields.
You know, you look at three scores on that, none of them any less than 50 yards.
Yes, that is true. Jumping in there will be Ashley Deskins.
See if she can get this. Let's see if they get this snap back a little quicker and she gets attacks. They looks like they get that blitz on the outside to try to block it. The block is on.
And that's the exact way they lined up before when they did block the kick.
And they got it again.
There it is, and it's blocked again.
And I think
nice play in there by the name that we were trying to find.
J.R. Howard.
Mr. Howard. Yeah, J.R. Howard.
J.R. Howard. So they see that thing coming, and there was nobody to block him. And I think they probably would have made that change last time they saw that, but he's pretty quick. Watch this pass. Wide open, lays it right in there. Real nice catch, and he's off to the races.
He didn't have to break stride at all, did he?
No, and look at the rain coming down, too. He caught that in the rain, so 3 scores, and this is getting a little far away in the first quarter. We have 2:46 left to go, and we're here at Dallas Stadium and just outside St. Paris.
We had like 75 yards, 70 yards. That one went for, 67 yards?
That's what I said, 67, but that was my math.
Well, you're good. I have to agree with you.
Yeah. At first I had it as 47, then I realized, no, it's 67. So,
well, it would have been had it been the regular line of scrimmage.
Yeah, if they'd gotten across the 50. But they don't. They haven't had to cross the 50 because they start on their own end and score.
Wow, what?
Well, let's see. We got what do we have so far? We have a 75-yard.
Yeah, what was the one? The 70?
The punt return, and the other one was
about a 70-yard.
70-yard, and then this last one we're going at 67. So nothing less than 60 yards for a touchdown. So incredible.
Yeah, how do you only win 2 games? I mean, these guys are pretty potent, very potent. Here's the kick. It's going to bounce. Oh, still hasn't picked it up. Still hasn't picked it up. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be the Falcons football, but he was just busted right on the cheek.
Yeah, he was bumbling it, and finally knocked it. You're better off just to swat it out of bounds if you're not going to cover it up.
Boy, Nate Peoples, that's why it's called football, because it never will roll properly for you.
Coach is having a chat over there saying, let's get with it. We got 2 minutes and 44 seconds left to go, and this quarter is really gone by quickly, and the score is 19-0.
19-zip in favor of the Urbana Hill Climbers. With the football, here comes Graham trying to run it upfield and fumble the football.
And Urbana has it.
And Urbana takes it. Not a good homecoming is Cameron Van Hoos. I think that's his second fumble that has been recovered by Urbana tonight.
And watch it. He gets hit. He gets his shirt pulled, and he slips a little bit. There he goes.
There he goes.
He got hit in the back and then popped it right out. And there we go on the 39-yard line.
39-yard line.
Of the Falcons. So this is a short field
for
Urbana.
Field.
And so far we have, according to my count, 3 turnovers, I think.
Yes. So what Urbana is going to have to do is have 2 15-yard penalties so they can try to go for another 70-yard score.
Look at that unbalanced line there, Lee.
Yes.
Oh, they're really top-heavy on the top of your screen there.
A lot like us.
And there they're going. They're going to that side. And the quarterback's got his hand. Oh, he's going back the other way.
Broke away. Nice job.
Nice block.
And he's just dragging people with him.
And he's still
going. And there's a flag out. There's a second flag out there.
He got the first down when that first flag came out.
Preston Shields just looked like a big fullback.
Let's watch our referee, Bob Hess, and he's the guy there in the white hat, and see if we get his call. But that was a real nice recovery by the quarterback.
It was an extremely nice recovery.
Here's the call now for probably both of these flags.
Well, he's still talking it over with the official. The other official's got the paper out. Did he go to the rule book?
There we go.
And still talking, yeah.
Personal foul against Urbana. Personal foul. So there's an offset.
Offsetting penalties. But the nice thing about that run by Preston Shields, watch how he goes.
Now he gets caught here by the hand and the jersey. He comes back this way, and he gets a nice block. But he just drags the defender and keeps dragging the defender.
J.R. Howard.
At the point of that where he did end up, that should be pretty close to a first down. But
it was, yeah.
I think they're going to be marking it just a little bit. What are they? They're moving it back now.
Yes, they're moving it right, the 35-yard line. That's where I saw the flag. But those were offsetting.
Those are offsetting,
it doesn't really make any difference.
Go back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, which would be the 39-yard line.
Yeah.
And it'll be first down, 10 yards to go.
Yeah.
Boy, that was a nice run. He was just all over the place.
Well, he was dead to rights there in the backfield, but they ended up shutting him right down.
All right, they're going to try it again as Urbana up to the line of scrimmage. First down and 10 yards to go. So all that, and now the whistles keep going. As it looks like.
Well, the coach wants an explanation here.
From Graham. Yeah. 19-0 in favor of Urbana. Remember the Urbana teams of old with Coach Carroll?
And his famous word was execute.
Execute. And he'd be real happy with this.
And he'd be up 56 points in a game, and you talk to him at the end of the game, and you say, well, we didn't do very well. We didn't really execute. But they won by 40. One of the great coaches up there at
really was.
At Urbana forever and ever.
And he helped us do a ball game in a playoff game. Sitting right next to us, and he said if he could ever win a playoff game, he wouldn't be sitting up in the press box. That was funny. 39-yard line. Still first down and in 10 yards to go.
2 minutes left to go in this first quarter.
Calling out the signals. Going to hand it off, heading up over the right side, getting away again, and no, he's going to lose a little bit of yardage there, that being Nick Dorsey. Dorsey's either been all or nothing. Here, watch this.
Now watch this tackle shoot through the gap here, right there, and he comes up with a big bear hug and coming through there and landed down on the ground is trying to see that number. It's a little hard to see here on what we got there.
Second down and 11. So actually Nick Dorsey did lose a yard. Man coming in motion to this near side. Fonseca. Nobody saw him as Shields is taken off and heads upfield and is going to be knocked out of bounds. He picked up some yardage, but far short of the first down. It's going to bring up third down. And let's see, he's probably about 7 yards shy of that first down. Took it inside the 40, and the ball's going to be spotted up at about the 37-yard line. Gary?
Yeah, 1:23 left to go, and another score here would really be devastating. So the Falcons really have to make a big stop here and try to end the damage here at 19 and kind of regroup for the second quarter.
They need that big break on defense. Big break. And I'm talking about a fumble or a pass interception or something that's going to go the other way for a lot of yardage.
He's back looking for a deep one. He's going to keep it, go up the middle. He's got himself a first down.
Boy, they converged on him. Let's see where they actually spot it. He had to get down to the 29. And let's see where they're going to spot this thing, right at about the 29-yard line. First down. First down, 10 yards to go. And Urbana continues to move the football. And this is probably the best drive they've had. Everything else they hand it off and just go like crazy.
This is the longest drive. This is the longest
10
drive
yards.
they've had, yeah. The others, they had, two touches and it was gone.
60 seconds left in this first quarter. As they're going to fake the handoff. Shields keeps it. As he'll get down to about the 25. So he'll pick up about 4 yards. It'll make it second down and 6 as they unpile. This being homecoming for the Falcons of Graham, but so far not a real happy one as Urbana has the lead 19-0. So the play comes in. Shields is talking things over with Nick Dorsey. And so we're ready to go again for the Urbana Hill Climbers. This, I thought it might be too much time, but it isn't. It's illegal procedure.
Got a new name and number here for you. For the Graham Falcons, number 58 is Chapman Driscoll.
58.
Chapman Driscoll, and he's been on several tackles. That's it's homecoming. He should be on the roster. Ball's at the 30-yard line.
Remember the one time we got all ready for a basketball game, and they had gotten in new uniforms that week.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was different.
Yep. But, there's only 5 players out there at one time, and that's the end of the first quarter.
That's it. First quarter will end with a 19-0 lead from Urbana over the Falcons of Graham. More action coming up with Graham and Urbana on local TV for me, Sports Network.